Hey guys, welcome back. So today I'm out here and I'm trying to burn off all the dead grass on the pond dam. I'm doing that to help expose all the trees that are growing on the dam. There's several that are growing on here. I haven't really cleared off this in probably at least a couple years. So there's some trees that are actually probably at least 6 feet tall or taller. But once we get this all burned off, it'll be a clean slate. I'll be able to go through here and just cut all of those trees off and make sure everything's nice and clear. And there's several like briar bushes and stuff growing out here too, thorn bushes. So this should burn down the dead grass. And once it gets to this green grass that's been mowed, it will stop there. It shouldn't keep burning past the green grass. Everything in the pasture is green. So I don't think there's a chance of this spreading anywhere today, especially since it just rained 2 days ago. But we're gonna take it slow, take it easy, and just slowly get this burned off. What I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna run to the other side real quick, and I'm going to start the fire at that end and let the two meet together in the middle. So at this end of the dam where it meets the woods, everything starts turning bushy. Like we got brush here, we got thorn bushes, and then it just kind of turns into the woods. So there's not much grass that direction, and everything hopefully will burn that way. Plus the wind is going back that direction as well. So the majority of my fire is that way. Over here, we just got this little small amount going that direction, then we cleared over here. So it'll be easy to stop the fire going back that direction. So here's the torch I'm using. It is I think it's a Big Max or a Hot Max torch. I'm not for sure, something like that. And just got it hooked to a 20-pound propane tank. So it is a little heavy to move around, but you got about a 10-foot hose, so it gives you a little bit of room to work with it. Well, this reminds me when I was younger, it was pretty normal for you to rake up your leaves and burn them on the side of the road. That was normal when I was young. That's kind of a no-no now, right? There's burn bans, people with allergies, all that stuff. I mean, you're not supposed to do that. Now they bag up the leaves and take them away. But that's what this smells like. It reminds me of burning leaves as a kid. It's really weird. You get a bunch of echoes like coming off around the pond. You can hear the fire cracking like over there and around, and it makes you think like maybe the fire has spread, but that's not the case. It's just getting some weird echoes off of the pond, and it makes you think that things are going on. But I've been looking around. I don't see anything that's caught fire. I think we're good. I think we're about halfway through already. So I'm just waiting here at this end. I'm just waiting for this fire to get here where I have my sort of makeshift fire break, and then I'm just gonna make sure that gets put out, and then we'll move down and check out the rest of it. The wind's a little more powerful right here. So this side is working against the wind, so it's moving a lot slower, but it's already burnt that far. There ain't much left. I'd say we got another 50, 60 feet here before the two will meet and it'll be done. So we're burning right up against where I made my fire break here. But I think it's gonna stop right there. I think it's gonna work. Well, I guess this is the finale. Both fires have met. They just got a little bit more to burn up. And we're done, at least with the burning part. Then we gotta come back and get all these trees. All right, looks like the fire's out on this end. And there's not much smoke down there either. I think we're pretty much done with the burning successfully. Didn't catch anything on fire that we weren't supposed to. Probably let this sit for a little while. Make sure it's completely out before we start removing these trees. So these trees right here are the ones I was worried about the most. These, if I can show this, these are the honey locust trees with those big dangerous thorns on there. And that's what was on this pond when we bought it. And we cleaned them all off, we cut them all down. And then here we are, what is this, 6, 7 years later? And they're coming back. And it's amazing, it can lay dormant and they come back from the roots of the tree. They can grow from the roots. And that's about what it has to be going on here. So it's been about 25 minutes now since it stopped burning. And now there's no more smoke. It's done smoking. I think everything's cooled down, so I can probably start walking down the dam and start clearing these trees. So I'm going to use the weed whacker. I've got a brush cutting blade on there, and that should cut everything from about 1 inch in diameter down, and that should get about everything. Now these honey locust trees, these nasty thorn trees, I'm going to try to kill them for sure. I'm going to use some stump killer. I've got some Tordon RTU. I've used this in the past. I've had success in several places where I've used it, but I used it on this dam as well too, but you can see they've come back. Now a lot of the stumps I left a foot, 1.5 feet tall. I left them fairly tall and I put this on there. Now what I think is, since the stump was so tall, it didn't work down into the roots and kill all the roots as well as it should have. And then we ended up getting thorn trees back. I think that's probably what the case is. The stumps are gone now. You can see they've rotted off, but we have these trees that have come back from the roots. Now to handle these, after I cut them off and I kill them with the stump killer, this sprays onto the trunk or the stem, what's left sticking out of the ground, just spray it with that. I've got some heavy insulated leather gloves to handle those, and I'm just gonna pick up all these thorn trees, I'm gonna throw them in the pond over in this corner and just let them sink into the pond, and they're just gonna turn into fish habitat. So we got the majority of the brush thrown in the corner of the pond there. Some of the brush just ended up falling in as I cut it down, but if you look at the pond dam now, it looks really good. It's like no trees, it's all nice and flat. All the brush is cut back, that looks good. Pretty happy with the way this looks. This is probably the best this has looked in several years. I know it's all charred and black right now, but you give this a couple weeks and this will look pretty good. I probably got black stuff all over my face. I may have. Well, I'm glad that's done and everything went well. I've been wanting to do that for a while, but it's been so wet. I don't think I could have got it to burn until today, but it looks pretty good. Very happy to get this cleaned off. I'm always, when it comes summertime, it's so grown up with the weeds and the tall grass that you'd go through 2 tanks of gas in the weed eater, and it would probably take you, because you'd have to cut all the grass as well. So it would take you like 4 hours to do the whole pond dam. So very much easier to do it this way. Yes, probably a little more dangerous, of course. It was a little more windier than I wanted it to be today. It was about 10-mile-an-hour winds, and that was probably, it was probably a little too much, to be honest with you. It was calmer this morning. It obviously picked up this afternoon. It was ended up, yeah. If I realized as windy as it was, I might have not done it today, because it was blowing pretty decent. But we got it done, and nobody got hurt. No extra fires anywhere, so that's good. I was afraid I'd end up finding a duck nest full of eggs, and there'd be a bunch of boiled eggs when we were done, but I didn't find any. I know there's a nest over there on the other side of the boat over there, and it is definitely season. I'm finding duck eggs all over the place. It's definitely springtime. The ducks lay more in the spring and the fall, it seems like. And but no duck eggs on the dam, so that's good. And this is where the coyotes have been coming down. The coyotes have been coming down this dam here toward our house. And like the ducks, I don't know if you can see the ducks are hovering right along the pond dam back there. And the coyote would try to creep up through this tall grass and get up close to the ducks. And luckily the dogs, most of the time the dogs seen the coyotes and would chase them off. So I think this is going to help as well. There's not going to be that tall grass for a coyote to sneak up and try to snatch one of our ducks. And we see them do it on the woods too. Along the woods, they'll try to creep up on some of the ducks that are right along the bank. But so far, I don't think we've lost any, and that's good. We didn't lose any over the wintertime either, so that's good, because that's typically something that happens. The aeration system, putting it in the pond and keeping everything, an area thawed out for the ducks, definitely helped. So I tried fishing out here yesterday for the first time. I only tried for maybe 20, 25 minutes. I only caught 1 fish, and that was the only bite that I got. I caught a bluegill. And I was a little bit disappointed, but it is getting fairly close to fishing season. It's warming up. We'll be out here fishing along the bank and doing a lot of fishing. And having the dam, this cleared, does help out quite a bit. Because you are downhill when you're casting, and any of that brush and stuff, you could cast and you'll get your lure caught behind you on some brush or tree. And getting this all cleared off is definitely going to help us be able to fish from the dam a little bit easier. And we do have, I don't know what we got. It's a 3.5 acre pond, and there's probably at least a quarter of the shoreline is mowed so that we can bank fish. So the bank fishing here is really good. And keeping this dam clear where we can fish from that's quite a bit of it. So this is definitely going to help. Well, guys, I think I'm going to call it a day now. I may actually try to fish again tonight and see if I get anything tonight. It's supposed to rain actually tonight and probably about 6 hours from now. So a lot of times right before rain, it is a little bit better fishing. So I might be able to catch something tonight. I have seen fish out here like a couple inches below the water where you can see them clear as day, just swimming along. I threw my lure right at them, basically almost hit them, you know, like all around them, and they wouldn't even strike at it. But considering it's about to rain in a few hours, you know, we might be able to catch something tonight. So I may give that a shot. But I think I'm going to call it a day, guys. So thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Yeah, it's trying to go around my fire break right here, right on by the edge. Of course, I'm gonna fall in the pond trying to put it out.